Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Pete for Inspired Americans Personal Armor. It is our episode 20. It is February 21st, 2024. It's a Wednesday. It is a gorgeous morning here at Buffalo. Getting excited. I guess it's going to be about 50 degrees. We got sunshine and blue skies. We've been dealing with sunshine and blue skies for past several days, which is always awesome. Really appreciate that. Today, the title of this video is going to be Don't Ever Let Anyone Discourage You or Hold You Back in whatever you do, especially your workout. You hear me say that all the time. Focus in on every rep, every exercise, every routine. Don't get discouraged by anyone or anything. More than that, that applies to life. Everybody in your life, even if it's the media, no matter what it is, public servants that you're hearing say different things, never, ever, ever let them discourage you. Sometimes people don't even realize what it is that they may be saying or doing or how they're handling a situation with you that may throw you off. And it throws you off track and your trajectory and your journey, and we don't they don't even realize that they do, and that's one of the most important things I share with people is that so many people will say things that they're just not responsible with, and we always need to exercise that when we're communicating with anybody about anything, especially if it's something that we have an emotional attachment to. We have to be very very measured with every word that we share with everybody. And I think it's good for us to learn how to be stronger in those moments when somebody is saying something that may be a little bit discouraging or off-putting or that will hold you back, because that teaches us, it conditions us. It's like a workout for our mind and our emotions, where rather than being crippled and held down or held back for whatever it might be that you're doing, whatever venture, whatever initiative that whatever you might be taking on in your life, there's always going to be somebody there or multiple people that will say, why are you doing that? It doesn't make any sense. And yet those people have to really take a look at themselves and appreciate and understand why it is that they're doing and saying those things that way. And you can be there for that person too. You could say, hey, you know what? I've been loving this journey. If you ever want to talk to me about it, I would love to, but there's always something going on in somebody's mind and in somebody's life that either at that moment or in the future or in the past. And that's why people react the way that they do. And as we learn and condition ourselves with that workout, that exercise that we have with our mind, not allowing ourselves to beat ourselves up, because it's not that other person. They can say the most horrific and horrible thing, and it could be the person that's closest to you. It's not them that's holding you back. Ultimately, it's us. That's how are we going to handle that? How are we going to allow that to keep eating at us in our minds? And we have to be able to get over that. We have to be able to develop the coping mechanisms and the strategies in our minds to be able to do that. And once you start working out and putting a lot of the other pieces of the puzzle in your life, which I'm trying to do with these videos, I think that gets a lot easier for everybody. Body type, I wanted to talk about that. High metabolism. And how does that work into not holding it back, right? Well, high metabolism can be very frustrating, believe it or not, for some people. And if you have a high metabolism, it's very important to eat at least the amount of protein that you weigh, or else you are going to continue to atrophy. Your body's going to lose, it's going to digest itself, essentially, right? Any of the muscle gains that you have. Muscle memory is very strong. So as you're working out, somebody who is high metabolism, you're going to notice that as long as you continue to put that protein back into your body at the number of at the amount of grams that you weigh, so 200, you weigh 200 pounds, put in at least 200 grams. You're going to be pretty good. If you're looking to gain, like I always say, put about 10 extra grams in you. That's what my experience has been. And that high metabolism can be very frustrating because you're like, man, I just one day, like one day I didn't eat as much as I should have. And yeah, it does. And it's not like, yeah, one day it'll kick you back like 2 or 3 pounds in your weight, but it'll take you like 2 or 3 weeks to get back to where it was to add that weight on. That it's truly there, right? So believe it or not, for those people who don't deal with this, it really is an issue. And if you can just stay focused in on eating those 3 or 4 meals a day and getting that amount of protein in you that you are, balancing that out with the right amount of carbohydrates, and the veggies and everything else that we talked about, I think you're going to be in really, really good shape. Eating, one of the things that I find is one of those really, really easy things to get protein in you. Tuna out of the can, I think one of those cans is something like about 25, 26 grams of protein in it. And I don't drain it. Sometimes I don't drain it all the way, and I put a little bit of hot sauce in there. I know some people are going, ew, but it's good. It's not bad. Yeah, sometimes I do drain it, and then I use cottage cheese. Cottage cheese, low-fat cottage cheese, is about 13 grams of protein per serving. There's about 6 servings in one of those little containers. So doing the quick math, 78 grams of protein. Did I do that right? I think so. Yeah. So it's about 78 grams of protein in one of those little containers. And you can cheat, like just for one of your workouts throughout the course of the day. Right afterwards, you have one in that little container, a serving, and a little bit more, and you're going to be really close to 50 grams of protein with that. So really, really one of those little good, cheater meals that you can have to really add to the protein intake that you have throughout the course of the day. Black Crowes, one of my favorite bands. Great voice. The lead singer Chris, I can't remember what the last name is, but just Chris Robinson, I think, and just wonderful, wonderful music. And they've got such a wide range of music over the time that they performed, and I guess in concert they were pretty good when they weren't too out of their minds or whatever it was that they were on. But yeah, Black Crowes, if you want to try them. If you know them, reintroduce yourself to them. Pandora's got a radio station, and you're going to be like, oh man, I didn't realize they sang all these different songs. Shamers, why destroyers try to destroy. I didn't pick anybody specific, it's just destroyers. Getting back to don't let anybody discourage you. Destroyers have a whole wide range of reasons why they want to destroy. They don't know any better, or they do know better and they're just malicious and they're angry and they've got their own sets of issues to contend with and work with. Some people just really like seeing other people beat down. They don't want to see them start to advance. And I think the most important thing, and with destroyers too, it could be what's going on inside their lives personally, from the past that they're carrying with them. A lot of destroyers are good people. They just haven't learned how to deal with everything that they're dealing with. And we just have to pray for them. We have to pray that and do whatever we can do for them within that time, meeting them in that moment where they are specifically, to try to help them and encourage them to be better and try to shine a light on what it is they're doing when they are destroying and trying to hurt other people. But I do feel like most destroyers don't realize, like, it's usually really subtle things that people just aren't aware of. And as what do they call those, microaggressions? I'm not using that word. Anyways, I think that's from some HR. Somebody just pumped that HR right into my head, microaggression. But hey, those little things, sometimes you just don't ever know where somebody is in their life. And it's really important to, kind of pay attention and be aware, even us ourselves, so that we don't start engaging and destroying somebody. You never know what little thing will set somebody off. And those destroyers, it can be different, right? From day to day to day, you just never know what you're going to get from that person. Making ourselves stronger in every way that we can is how we overcome that and those types of people. inspirations, builders and encouragers. That's getting back to, the discouragers and, making sure we're not being discouraged, and the destroyers, but those builders and encouragers. You've got those people in your life, that coworker, that person you see on TV, the inspiration, the YouTube that you've got, family member, friends at church. And it's not those people that are like in your face about it, right? Because we all know those people. It's just back off just a little bit, right? It's that real happy medium where they just do it gracefully. And and even the people who are in your face, there is so much value and merit in them as well. We just got to understand that. But I think as we are able to deal with a broader, spectrum of different types of people, it really becomes fun when you do get, in front of somebody like that, because you can just kind of step back, remove yourself from the situation as being all involved and getting a little bit, maybe however it makes you feel. A lot of people, get to feel a little bit anxious being around somebody like that. But those encouragers and those builders, just all the beauty and grace that they have, affirmating and validating and, saying those different things that they are, that just is motivational and inspirational, and just a very simple and, just a beautiful, beautiful way. And I think that all of those people, those are huge inspirations, and, whoever it is, and it's just across the board. We all know that we've got them, and they're the people that everybody praise and they talk about. Praise, not Praise, not Prays, but they always pray for them, but then they praise them. And it's, in good ways, but they don't need praise. They're not looking for that. That's not the reason why they're doing what they're doing. But those people are so, so important. They're lights, and there's just such beautiful strength in the world. So grateful for them. The daily wall sit is getting your mind strong. And let's see what it say. And everything in your life will be better, right? And the reason for that is just about everything that we just talked about. Working out is wonderful, but taking these other training moments these livable moments that we have, and putting our mind in the right place and training it starts to sort everything else that seems confusing in your life out. It really does. And turning to God is a big part of getting your mind stronger. So when you are faced with a different situation, you're right there right away with God, and that feels great. And then you start sorting it out, with Him or by yourself, and it's just awesome place to be, because it just makes everything seem manageable in your life. All right, exercise, the band inversion curls. This was a big hit the other day, so I'm going to show you guys the band. You got two handles on it. I'm stepping back here a little bit, turn this down a little bit for you guys so you can see. I think that's going to work. And you're just going to take that band and you're going to step on it. And then you could do a couple of different things with that. You can do those inversion curls just like we were doing the other day, right? You can do these as high as you can with whatever weight you can. And just the band, I'm telling you, these bands cost like nothing. They are super, super cheap. And then you can take and step on the band a little bit further so you get the weight down, so your arms are down, so there's, the tension on them. And then you can just do, a single curl, just like that. These are super, super easy. And these bands cost like $5, $6. You get the handles, you're into something for like $20. You can do your hammer curls then, just like this. Oh, we showed you the twist curls, and then you can do the holds. I like doing the holds or the micros. You guys know I like doing the micros like that. And your counts are going to be about 25 for full range of movement, and about, get this up a little bit more, sorry about that guys, about 25 for full range and 50 for the micros. 1 minute for the holds. And you're going to notice a huge difference. You're going to notice your elbows, your wrists, your hands, your forearms, everything. But you notice really, really disciplined with those movements. Don't be doing all the moving around and shaking. That dance floors for that. And I wouldn't work it out and doing exercises, all right? Going to read the Bible verse here. It's the first book of Peter, chapter 2, verses 1 through 3. So put away all malice and all deceit and hypocrisy and envy and all slander. Like newborn infants, long for the pure spiritual milk, that by it you may grow up into salvation, if indeed you have tasted that the Lord is good. Just another, I thought it was very fitting for what the message was today. I hope you all have a great day. God bless you and yours. Stay healthy, stay strong, and I'll see you soon.